Some feelings don't shout, they whisper. They linger quietly, slowly, hiding in places where only the heart notices. If someone has been holding a secret love for you, it doesn't announce itself with fanfare. It grows in silence, in the subtle pauses of life, in the fleeting glances and the small moments you might never recognize. Today, I want you to understand what it means when that quiet love finally reaches a turning point, when someone who has been waiting in the shadows is about to make a move. Before we go deeper, take a moment. Sit somewhere calm. Take a deep breath. Let your thoughts settle. What I am about to share is not imagination. It's a truth that resonates in the lives of many, yet often remains unspoken. It starts slowly, almost imperceptibly. You might have noticed a consistency in small actions. A message when you least expect it. A like on an old memory. A compliment that feels unusually thoughtful. These are not coincidences. They are signs of a heart quietly observing, carefully weighing, and preparing. Someone who loves you in secret doesn't rush. They measure, they consider, they feel every step before revealing themselves. And even when their heart has been yours for a long time, the act of finally moving toward you is a delicate dance. When you've been the object of hidden affection, your life is touched by invisible threads. Perhaps you haven't realized it, but the energy you exude reaches them in ways that words cannot describe. Your laughter, your sadness, your moments of joy, they all touch a quiet place within their heart. And the more they notice you, the stronger their feelings grow. Not in a dramatic burst, but in a slow, almost magnetic pull that draws them closer in thought, even if not yet in presence. The first thing that begins to shift is their courage. Someone who has loved you quietly often carries an internal struggle. They fight between fear of rejection and desire to be known. They imagine scenarios, the potential joy and the potential heartbreak. For weeks, months, maybe even years, they replay conversations in their mind, searching for clues, for signs that you might feel the same way. And in the moments you least expect, the courage that has been quietly building inside them reaches a tipping point. A subtle sign in your eyes, a shared laugh, an accidental touch. These spark an inner confirmation. They feel the right moment is near, and they can no longer stay silent. Simultaneously, they begin to plan the move with care. Unlike impulsive affection, a love that has waited silently is deliberate. They think about timing, about your mood, about your comfort. Every step is measured, every word considered. This careful preparation is not overthinking. It is respect. Respect for the depth of feeling they have carried in secret, and for the life you live independently of their love. They do not want to startle you or overwhelm you. Their goal is not just to declare their feelings, but to ensure that when they do, the experience feels natural, safe, and meaningful. And during this time, you might notice subtle changes in their behavior. Perhaps they reach out more often, in ways that seem ordinary but carry intention. A question about your day, a comment on something you care about, a shared memory, small gestures that slowly build intimacy without pressure. This is their way of bridging the silence, of signaling their presence without forcing it. They are learning to communicate feelings through observation, empathy, and attentiveness, rather than through loud declarations. And while you might see these actions as simple kindness or coincidence, they are the groundwork for something far deeper. Then comes the internal reckoning. Someone who loves you secretly often questions themselves. Is this the right time? Will they feel the same way? Am I imagining more than there is? These thoughts haunt them because the heart wants certainty and the mind fears vulnerability. Yet, as the emotional energy grows stronger, these doubts begin to waver. The more they witness your presence in their life, the more they feel compelled to act. There is a subtle inevitability at play. Love that has been quietly nurtured finds its moment. And when that moment arrives, it does not scream. It arrives with a gentle but unmistakable pull, a feeling that today is the day to bridge the gap between silent longing and spoken truth. At this stage, you might sense a shift, even if you do not know why. There may be a change in their tone when they speak to you, a slight lingering in their gaze, an eagerness beneath a calm exterior. If you pay attention, you can almost feel the rhythm of their heart in their gestures, the weight of unspoken emotions in their pauses. Love that has waited is patient, but it cannot remain invisible forever. It begins to find cracks, little openings, through which it can reveal itself gently and beautifully. When they finally make the move, it is not always dramatic. There may not be fireworks or grand confessions. Often, it is subtle, a heartfelt message, a quiet invitation, a conversation that lingers longer than usual. And in these moments, you begin to realize that their affection is deep, considered, and entirely sincere. They are revealing not just feelings, but the courage and respect that have been cultivated in the silence. Every word they choose, every pause they take, carries the weight of patience, hope, and a longing that has grown unobserved for so long. This is also a moment of transformation for you, whether you have been aware of it or not. Someone loving you in secret does not simply want to be acknowledged. They want to connect. Their move challenges you to observe, to feel, and to respond with awareness. It creates an energy that is different from casual affection, one that asks for mindfulness, for respect, and for recognition of the silent history you may not have noticed. And if you choose to respond, it is important to honor that quiet devotion. The person who has loved you secretly carries vulnerability. Their emotions have been tested by time, patience, and observation. To meet their courage with care, to validate the depth of what has been held within, is to create a connection that is profound, intentional, and lasting. This is not about immediate passion, nor is it about rushing into reciprocation. It is about acknowledging the delicate balance between two hearts learning to communicate after months or years of silent longing. Sometimes, the move may be delayed. Life may interfere. Circumstances may prevent immediate action. But even in these moments, the love continues to exist quietly, resiliently. You may notice subtle reminders, a small gesture, a meaningful comment, a lingering thought. These are not coincidences. They are echoes of affection that have been patient, waiting for the right moment, and finding ways to reach you even when circumstances delay the visible expression. Understand that someone moving from secret love to action is significant. It signals trust in themselves, courage in vulnerability, and a readiness to bridge silence with communication. The psychology behind this is simple yet profound. When love is nurtured quietly, it develops a deep awareness of the other person. It is thoughtful, deliberate, and highly attuned to the subtleties of your presence. And when that love finally makes a move, it carries the wisdom of patience, the power of consistency, and the clarity of sincere intention. So, if you find that someone who has loved you silently is stepping forward, notice the small signs. The slightly longer pause in their messages, the care in their words, the attentiveness in shared moments. Appreciate the courage it took to move from shadows to openness. Recognize that this step is more than a confession. It is the culmination of emotional energy, thoughtfulness, and patience. Remember, love that has waited quietly has depth. It is not reckless. It is not impulsive. It is the product of careful attention, emotional attunement, and the understanding that meaningful connection cannot be rushed. When you meet such affection with awareness, respect, and mindfulness, it has the potential to grow into something enduring, profound, and mutually fulfilling. Take a moment now to reflect. If someone in your life has loved you quietly, consider what their actions reveal. Pay attention to the subtle signals. Notice the consistent presence, the thoughtful gestures, and the moments when their attention lingers longer than expected. These are not accidents. They are signs that love, once hidden, is preparing to enter the light. As we conclude, know this: a heart that has loved in secret is a heart that has understood patience, value, and emotional integrity. When it finally moves toward you, it does so with intention, respect, and a quiet hope that you will see, understand, and cherish the depth of what has been felt all along. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Reflect on this quietly, breathe, and allow yourself to appreciate the power of unseen love. Because when love moves from secrecy into expression, it carries a weight and beauty that is rare, gentle, and unforgettable.